Is your phone off?
Yeah, I just have a couple texts to send before.
Don't send the motherfucker, Dean.
Well, this is my barber. I'm getting a haircut next week.
You get the haircut. Put your shit on airplane mode.
Can I finish sending the text?
No, we're rolling.
Right now?
Rolling.
All right, let me just do it. Okay. I'm ready.
Boom, right down the pipe. You're not on camera right now. We're doing right down the fucking barrel right there. That's right down the boom. Yes! Have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast is in su casa. That's Spanish. Name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the Disruptive Warrior, a.k.a. the Jewish Jake LaMotta, a.k.a. the Inflamed Ashkenazi. And you are now rocking with the best. Welcome to a brand new, banging, fully disruptive I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast coming live and direct. Boom, go to 2. Fucking love that guy, Dave. As you could see, once again, I'm here with the young shooter. He's on the microphone.
Which barrel should I look in?
You're doing the 2-shot.
So that's...
You don't worry about barrels. I'm looking... When I do the barrel, like when I go barrel, boom, Dave. Boom, I'm right down the barrel. When Dave puts you on the single, you don't worry about it. But Dave, show him his pistol. Show him that barrel. That's his barrel right there.
Right down there.
You're right down that pipe. And then we go,
looks good.
Boom, 2-shot. Holy cow.
You're directing. You're producing
man Dave,
right now.
Yo, we have a system worked out. Brand new bang and I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast coming live and direct from Nueva York. We got our guy Dave co-piloting the whole thing. Or he's kind of pilot. Actually,
no, he's
Dave,
co-piloting. He's piloting. You're not a co-pilot,
No,
brother.
we're like sitting... Yeah, Dave's actually flying the plane.
We're on the spaceship. He is navigating us to wherever we need
Dave,
to go.
keep us safe. We have our seatbelts fastened, and I hope you guys at home have your seatbelts fastened. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. As always, the Dust Brothers, a.k.a. the Bleach Brothers, Miles Davis, who's Asian.
And his name is Miles Davis.
People still ask, is that his real name? And I go, I've been saying it for 7 years. His name is Miles Davis. That's his name. He is Asian, and he's the Asian Miles Davis. It's not like he's the Jewish Brad Pitt or the Jake LaMotta of podcasting. His name is Miles Davis, and he's Asian.
Is there any relation to Miles Davis, actually? Like with him and Miles Davis?
Is Miles Davis related to the saxophone player, Miles?
Yeah.
The trumpet player? No. I don't think so. I never asked him that. I'm assuming no.
We don't fact check, so.
Boom. I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast prides itself on no fact checking. The young shooter is here. You can watch the podcast on my YouTube channel at Michael Rapaport. We've been putting up videos. It's been great response. You can see I have on my Oreos today.
You didn't have to take them off.
No, but I wanted to show them because we had to double back and talk about what we learned about sneaker culture since the last podcast.
Oh, my
because
God.
We were talking about the B-Reds. We were talking about the breeds. We were talking about the breads.
No, see, and it's not... You got me so messed up in the streets with that.
Tell what you figured out, what you found
Well,
out.
I didn't have street credit to begin with, but I lost all street cred of what, I mean, you were calling these breeds.
Breeds.
And I was walking around calling them breeds.
B-R-E-E-D.
It's not.
What is it spelled?
It's bread. They're breads. B-R-E-D. And I learned something. I know why they call them breads.
Why do they call them breads?
Black and red. The black and red colorway. The trim. Black and red. It's very easy to remember.
Oh.
Yeah. My whole fucking
But there's
world
so
opened up.
little red on the sneaker.
There's the red in the tongue. There's the red at the bottom.
It's
here.
red accents, but they're not like black and red sneakers. Like Michael Jordan, the actual Michael Jordan of the, Michael Jordan,
right?
Who the sneakers? He was rocking some black and red Jordans the other day. How ill is that Michael Jordan rocks his own sneakers, and his own sneakers are dope? Because no disrespect to Dwayne Wade, no disrespect to Klay Thompson. Mama call him Klay.
I'ma call him Clay.
I'm gonna say it again.
Mama call him Clay. I'ma call him Clay.
He has sneakers. They're whack. He probably makes a gazillion dollars selling them, and I like that they have. They're not as expensive. Shaq does it, but when you're Jordan and you rock your own Jordans and your Jordans are redonkulous,
Right.
And you're also Michael Jordan. I wonder, does it even think twice about it at this point? Like, I'm rocking Jordans, I'm Michael Jordan. Probably doesn't even think
I'm
twice.
sure he thinks about it.
Not
I wonder what
often.
his favorite Jordans are that he has. I'm so
Probably
curious.
the ones. Probably the Jordan
Must be,
ones.
right?
Got to be the Jordan ones because that's where it all started.
Didn't they sell those recently for like a
They
crazy amount of money?
They sold Michael Jordan's game-worn Jordan 1s from his rookie season. They sold for like $1 million or something like that.
Crazy.
I'm willing to auction off Michael Rapaport's podcast-worn Oreo sneakers.
How much do you think those would go for?
I don't know. They smell. I've worn them. You probably can't wear them because I have flat feet. They've adjusted to my flat feet. You probably hurt yourself wearing them.
You probably
not
devalued them.
100%. I devalued them. But if there was a way to rock them and, it went to charity or something like that, I would do it. But in the meantime, I don't think anybody's interested in that. But the point is that how did you find out that the sneakers that you're wearing are no longer called breeds? They're called breads.
They were never called breeds. It's not no longer called breeds. They were
say
never
no longer?
Yeah, they were never called breeds. And everyone was making fun of me for calling them breeds.
On the podcast?
In real life, on the podcast. And then on the podcast, it was like
Somebody corrected you?
Oh my God. We got so many people being like, they're breads. They're black and red. They were laughing at us.
Okay, I didn't know. Everybody knows who
These are my first pair of Jordans, and you sent me in the wrong direction.
I said they were
with that.
breeds, man. I didn't know. I was a New Balance guy for the last 20-something years. I had went away from the Jordans. Everybody who listens to the podcast knows, and I still rock my New Balances. I rocked some New Balances on the last podcast. That's not the point.
Right.
That's not the point. The point is...
What is the point?
I don't remember what the point is. I have no... Oh, the point is this. Two shot. Guys, this is the week the sucker shit t-shirts are going back for sale this week. This week is the week of November 16th, November 15th. By the end of the week, we'll be putting up the sucker shit t-shirts and we will be putting up the limited edition, and it'll only be limited because we don't know who's going to buy it.
Right.
The fake Kurt Cobain t-shirt, but as you guys all know, it'll be the real Dean Collins.
Yes.
I'm rocking that, and I would never rock a Kurt Cobain t-shirt.
Why not?
First of all, I'm 51.
But you're wearing Jordans.
My man, Kurt Cobain and Michael Jordan ain't the same thing. Rocking Jordans and a Kurt Cobain t-shirt ain't the same thing. It ain't even in the same discussion.
You're 51. Damn.
51.
Damn.
What does that mean?
It means
You're 31.
Getting older.
I'm 51.
I'm 31. Fuck, but I still look like I'm 16. You don't look like you're...
I'm not sure you still look like you're 16.
Okay, well, I've definitely
And
aged.
you know what? And I've complimented you on the fact that you're 31, but you look 20-something now.
That's
22,
great. Yeah,
23.
yeah.
But at a certain point, like, you're going to be like 60-something, and then it's just going to all drop and fall apart. And it's going to be like, is he 63 or is he like, what
no, that's happening right now because I'm 31,
Nah,
but
you're
they're
good
like...
now because you put a little makeup on, like right now. Like if you were
Right.
working as a working actor,
Yeah.
like right now, you could play 22.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And I'm glad. And if you ever do show up to do the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast in full makeup, I'll kick you right off.
There's not a drop of makeup on me.
I'm just saying, if you get any ideas, since we're filming
Yeah.
the podcast and the podcast is on my YouTube
But you're
channel.
wearing makeup because before we started
I'm
the
not
podcast...
wearing any makeup.
That's
I'm wearing
not true.
some eye cream because of the heat and the cold.
Why are you lying to everybody? You came at me, you were like, in the
I
beginning
said I
of
have
this...
new eye cream because I have dry skin.
You were like, look, I got the purple gone. You can't see
No,
the
I didn't
purple
say
anymore.
any of that.
You were saying all that
Look down the
beforehand.
barrel. Does that look like I had any makeup on? If that looks like makeup, fire Chanel. Fire those people at Noxzema. Down the barrel again, just to double check. You see? Anyway, I don't know how we got on that tangent. I do have on Cashmere. That's great. Captain Cashmere. Two things. Number one, I will be in Phoenix this weekend. The tickets are almost sold out for my shows all weekend in Phoenix. I'm a little bit nervous about going to Phoenix because I'm going by myself. It's a 3-day weekend. I'm performing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm just kind of like, but yo, I know we have a big presence in Phoenix. Come see me. Tickets are available at michaelrapaportcomedy.com. Following week is Thanksgiving.
I can't wait. One of my favorite holidays.
Why?
Because I love the food. I love that stuffing. And I love
You cook?
loading. Do I cook? Do I look like I cook? No. I go to my parents. So they make a feast. And I have to undo the belt notches a couple. I have to do the undo the notches on my belt a little bit, but
Which is different than unfolding the loaf.
Completely different.
Undoing the belt is different than unfolding the loaf, which is a term that I created on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, which I've heard people shout out at shows. Shout out to everybody that's been coming to the shows saying, dingo. And I see you. I saw homie at the Caroline show the other night with the OG Sucker Shit t-shirt. Go on.
Speaking of the OG Sucker Shit t-shirt,
Which is going on sale this week.
for pre-order and all that too, right?
Straight to
Or it's
sale.
just go, oh, awesome. Okay.
Kurt Cobain t-shirt.
That's going to be
pre-order.
distressed also, which is going to have like a nice quality to it, a
Right,
little
because you
vintage
don't want it to
quality.
look, because we want people to think Kurt Cobain's on their shirt. They're going to be like, oh, that's a dope Kurt.
Oh, is that like the Nirvana shirt from the 90s? Is that vintage? Oh, wait, that's Kurt.
Who is that on your
dude?
shirt? It looks just like Kurt Cobain, but it's almost like bootleg.
Yeah, it is. And
It's
speaking,
almost like a knockoff. Like it's almost like fake Jordans. Like it looks like Jordans, but something's off. That t-shirt will give you that feeling, give you that discussion and that attention.
I can't wait.
What were you gonna say?
Speaking of discount knockoff bootlegs,
Yep.
there's a lot of, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a lot of bootleg knockoff sucker shit t-shirts online. People are ripping off the shirts and selling them on the black market as if they're from I Am Rapaport.
Down the barrel here. You fucks out there selling the sucker shit t-shirts, using my name, using my fame, stealing the game. You know how I get down with the lawsuits. You know how I get down with the lawsuits. You know my Google Michael Rapaport and lawsuit. I'm not afraid to lawyer up.
You have no shame with the lawsuits, right? Because
Why?
people are like, oh, he starts suing people when he gets his feelings hurt.
Yeah. That's that. If I sued people every time I got my feelings hurt,
You wouldn't have that many lawsuits. I don't think. Or
If I started suing people every single time somebody said something about me, there would be no lawyers. Every lawyer in this country would be in business. I got one lawsuit only. But we see you out there selling them fake ass sucker shit t-shirts using my name, my fame, and my game. I don't like it because we're not even selling our sucker shit t-shirts yet. And your joints ain't butter soft, and your logo's big.
they're cheap. It's cheap. They're plagiarizing. It's cheap.
And we happen to be on Canal Street, where this is the epicenter of fake ass shit. Sell your shit on Canal Street.
Is that why everyone's selling me a purse on the sidewalk? Like, you want this purse? I'm like, do I look like I want a purse?
Why?
Why are you coming to me for some fake Balenciaga bag? Like, I don't want that.
Dude, do I look like I'm shopping for a Louis Vuitton?
No.
Like a bag? Like a Louis Vuitton? They have Louis Vuitton duffels out there, like $25. Like $25. All you're gonna $25?
Don't come to me for that.
I'm with the fashion shit, but I'm not fucking with the Louis Vuitton real bags. I'm not fucking with the Louis Vuitton fake bags. The point is sucker shit t-shirt frauds. Don't make me make that. I keep the lawyers on speed dizzle.
I like that. Maybe we bring in the lawyer to interview on the podcast sometime.
Oh, he would love that.
That would be so cool. I have so many questions for him.
Don't make me lawyer. Like, I don't have to lawyer up. The guy's like looming. I got looming lawyers. Hashtag
Looming lawyers.
Anyway, Thanksgiving. So what are your plans?
Just eating, pretty much. I don't have like definitive plans, but I will just be eating. I'll be stuffing my face. And speaking of eating, I think I've lost weight since the last podcast.
Let's defer to Dave. Dave,
I mean,
you see him behind. You see Dean more behind the camera than you do in real life. Be honest, Dave. You're a nice guy. Be honest. Does Dean look like he's in any better shape than he was the last time we were here, which was 3 or 4 days ago?
no, I think he's just saying that for the podcast.
He's a nice guy, Dave. He wants to say, you look
No.
worse, homie.
No, I don't look. No, I don't
just
look
had a
worse.
big fucking slice of pizza with mozzarella. You didn't just get a plain slice. You had a slice of pizza with some ricotta in the middle, like a scoop of ricotta.
I took that
I've never
off.
seen a slice of pizza with ricotta right in the middle, and you were eating that shit before we came up. You're talking about eye cream and makeup and all that. That's facts.
No, man. My jaw is definitely more definitive this podcast, and I'm pretty sure I lost 10 pounds since last night because you haven't been feeding me like breakfast or lunch or anything like that. Not that like you have to feed me, but I just haven't really been eating this trip at all. Like I was eating a lot in LA.
You know what one of the sad things is about you being in New York?
Yeah.
It's such an exploratory city.
Yeah.
And you're like, I said to Dean earlier today, because we went for a power walk through Central Park.
That was great, yeah.
You're staying at a hotel on 55th Street.
Well, don't tell them where I'm staying. But
no one's I'll
coming. Be gone by then.
Nobody's coming.
You don't think people would be
like,
at the lobby?
Like, oh, I'm going to wait outside Dean Collins' hotel.
But you never know. There might be one. It's like the Beatles
Style.
over there.
You know Harry Style?
Styles.
Harry Style.
It's an S at the end. Or
how many of them are there?
I think there's one Z or like a SZ.
Because there's a few of them?
No, it's just singular. It's just him. There's not a few of them. Anyway, it's...
Well, why is there Harry Styles?
I don't know, man. That's just his
like
name.
Group?
No, that's not a group. He's a solo artist.
But why is it Styles? Why isn't it just Harry Styles?
I understand what you're saying, but it's just, it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another name like...
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. Because he's got a lot of different styles.
Is that his real name?
Yes, Harry Styles.
That ain't his real
don't
name.
know.
Harry Style, your real name ain't Harry Style. The point is that I said to Dean, I didn't say like, yo, meet me on Canal and like, I don't know, somewhere, Hudson. I said, meet me on 5th and 63rd. You're on 55th Street. I said, walk to 5th Avenue. You know where that is? He goes, yes. And I said, go uptown. And then you're calling me. And you're FaceTiming me. And you're calling me. And FaceTiming me. What does uptown mean? It means 55th goes to 56th.
I don't know this stuff.
56 goes to 57 because you're not outside exploring.
It's not about being outside exploring. I'm from Los Angeles. We don't say
Get
uptown,
lost.
east town, south side.
Uptown.
Just say left, right, go up the numbers. There's 55th. You should have started with that.
It's your first time in New York and you're 11-year-old like, Daddy, I don't know how to get to where I got to. And then you're out there completely, it's cold.
It was freezing. You should have told me to bring gloves and like a jacket.
Fucking gloves. I gotta give you a dress.
Listen,
like I gotta get a dress.
And you know what? But
like you're going to camp. Like make sure you pack 2 pairs of pants.
Well, you always tell me. You usually tell me. Bring your jacket.
And you have your. Make sure you have your toothpaste.
All right,
You're
man.
31.
I get it. You don't have to tell people that. I know that I'm 31. I understand that.
You just told people that, so now you're like
But to meet you before this, you gave me an address. I said, "Where should I meet you?"
No,
Just be clear.
Meet me at 240
you said meet
at
me
59th and Madison.
Exactly. You said. I said
240.
No,
Madison.
I said address. I said address. You said 240 59th Street and Madison. So I'm looking up 240 59th Street and Madison, and there's no address.
The point is,
you got to put a colon between the 2 and the 40.
Multi-text, FaceTimes, panic texts, panic calls. Panic FaceTime. I'm saying get out, explore. Look, when I was in San Francisco, my iconic walk. I did an iconic walk. 2 hours. I embraced being lost. When you're in a new place, you have to embrace getting lost.
I did. I got lost in Central Park Zoo earlier, and you were like, "You're lost. You're on your own, homie."
I said, "Good. Now you're on your fucking own." I said, "No one said go into the zoo. Now you're in the zoo.
Well,
now you're fucking with the gorillas and the sea lions and all that shit. Now you got to get yourself out of the zoo."
I got myself out. It took a little while, but I got myself out. But
Good.
anyway, I'm getting my
glad you got
steps
lost
in
Central Park because you didn't follow going uptown, up 5th Avenue. You didn't want to do that.
I just know uptown from...
You're in there in the bird cages and all that shit.
I only heard of uptown from uptown girls. They're living in that uptown world. That's all I know about.
This ain't no Billy Joel shit. I ain't Christy Teigen or Christy Teigen or
Chrissy Teigen.
Christy. What's
Chrissy Teigen?
Who was he married to?
John Legend?
Billy Joel.
You just said Chrissy Teigen.
Christy Brinkley. I ain't Christy Brinkley, homie.
Got it.
Fuck out of here.
Okay.
Talking to uptown girl shit. I ain't Christy Brinkley.
I didn't know what you mean. I didn't.
What are you talking about? Do I look like Christy Brinkley? You know who Christy Brinkley is?
No, I'm 31. That's you're
whatever. The point is, listen. You're leaving. How has this trip been for you? This trip to New York.
It's been really fun. It's been a good time. It's been fun. I saw you on the Wendy show. That was great. And then we saw you perform at Caroline's. And I had this feeling.
Let's get into it.
I had some kind of feeling at Caroline's that I didn't want to put out that bad energy. I knew you were going to perform. I knew the shows were going to go great. But I had a feeling that something might go wrong.
Did you really?
I swear it was just this intuition. I don't feel that way. I've been to a lot of shows with you, a lot of different cities, but there was something looming where I was like, I feel like there's going to be a problem tonight. And sure enough, because who was that dude that just had something online?
Afion Crockett.
Afion Crockett.
Shout out to Afion Crockett. One of the most talented, I told him to his face, one of the most talented dudes I've ever met. He is so talented and just a good dude. Anyway, he had somebody come on stage.
He had a Karen storm his stage.
She was offended.
She was insulted, and he handled this situation. But that was going viral.
And I know Afion didn't call her like a white bitch.
No. He didn't say
He didn't call her like a white piece of shit. I don't know what she was offended about.
No.
But in general, if you're coming, it's a comedy show. It's not a TED Talk. It's not a therapy session.
You shouldn't be there.
It's Afion Crockett's show at a comedy club, some sort of place that says Laugh Factory or Giggles or Zanies.
Yeah.
It's not like Afion Crockett at a mental institution or Michael Rapaport at Bellevue or any comedian at any psychiatric institute. So
I would see that. Michael Rapaport at Bellevue sounds...
That'd be sick.
That's a cool show. Imagine the crowd for that.
Good name for the next tour. Michael Rapaport plays Bellevue. Not Michael Rapaport plays Madison Square Garden. Not Michael Rapaport plays Radio City. Michael Rapaport
plays Bellevue, the mental hospital.
Not bad.
Not great.
That's good.
But anyway, no, I just had this sneaking suspicion.
Thanks for forewarning me and the security guard.
I didn't want to say anything.
My man Damon D-Man.
Damon D-Man was a great guy, but there was an incident at Caroline's that happened.
Should we?
I think we need to give some context because we didn't have what happened initially. We just had the aftermath of him getting berated and getting called out of the quote unquote heckler.
Right.
But basically, I mean, why don't you tell us what you saw from the stage?
So this was the fifth and final show of a long week and a great weekend. The show before the Saturday Night Early show was probably one of the best shows I've ever given. Between the crowd and I just felt loose. My energy was good. I was feeling I was the last show. I had I connected with a really old friend of mine who's at the first show, who's on some Man on Fire shit.
Shout out
to Denzel Washington.
Okay.
And then I knew a good friend of mine was going to be at the second show. It had been a long week. I was looking forward to having a great final fifth show at Caroline's on Broadway, New York City. Shout out again to all the people that showed up to all the shows that listened to the podcast. The first 5 minutes of the show, 10 minutes of the show, 15 minutes of the show, normally I mess around with the crowd, get my feet on the ground. I like to talk to the crowd, get them settled, sort of chill out, blah, 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 blah. I'd say this was 4 to 5 minutes into the show.
It was early. It was really early.
There was no act. There was no Trump mentioning. There was no nothing. Just literally it was like the game just started and like I'm at the 24-yard line. It was like 2nd and 6. The game literally just started.
You were like, how's everyone feeling?
Yeah,
I'm like,
how you feeling vibe. I see a guy right down the middle, right there, down the pipe. I see a guy while I'm doing that. Mind you, a good friend of mine is sitting right here. I see a guy right off to the right there, pick up his camera while I'm bantering with the crowd and go like this. He starts doing this. He's filming me. He picks his camera up. I see him go like this and starts going like this, filming me. And I'm like, you know, it's so blatant and it's so like right in front of me. And I go, yo, whoa, what are you doing? Are you filming me? And he just like puts it down really quick. I go, are you giving me the middle finger at my own show? And he's like, I say, yo, get the fuck out of here.
No, but wasn't he like, fuck you or something?
Or he did it again.
Yeah.
He went like that. And then
he said something. He said something
which I couldn't understand. He said something. And as soon as he said that, I was like, because I don't play that shit. I'm down for heckling. I'm down for talking shit. You can say you sunk. We can get into all that. But when you think you're coming to my show
right
in my city and you're going to make me a video on your Facebook page, or you're going to make me a video on Instagram, and you're doing like, this is not heckling. This is like, you're coming with an agenda.
Yeah.
In New York City? And I'm like thinking, and I could see, because he had his hand like this, I saw right off the top a wedding ring. So I'm like, this is a grown man who's fat, out of shape, and I also see, because it's very lit, I see that he has like stains on his shirt.
A lot of stains, a lot of alcohol stains. He looked loaded. He looked zapped.
But he wasn't zapped. I'm not blaming it or giving him a pass on the zapped and the loaded, because it's such a specific thing to do. Like the way he was looking at me was with not friendly or good intentions.
No, he walked into that show with the intention
he was coming to my show in New York City.
Yeah.
And was gonna make me look like a fucking asshole for his Facebook group or his whatever the fuck it was. And I was just like, get the fuck out. And he like plopped back down. And then as soon as I said get the fuck out, like everybody looked back at him. And I don't know how it got from that, because it escalated quickly. Dave, have you seen this video, Dave?
Yeah, my friend was actually there.
Oh, wow.
What did your friend say that they heard about? What did your friend witness?
She was like, it was like some crazy heckler kind of dude who was like, not really heckling, just like kind of wilding out. And
Yeah.
He's like, you did the right thing, got him out of there, but you made it funny to get him out of there.
Exactly.
It was.
And I just want to say this before, because we have a videotape, we have the audio. As soon as it happened, we talk about Dean, the young shooter.
Yes.
Look down the barrel.
Which center barrel or my barrel?
Oh, well, actually, two shot it. Because you're not on that barrel. We talk about the young shooter being security. We mock, we tease the young shooter. We mock. We never take you seriously as security. We never take you seriously as a security guy.
I don't understand. Like when I wear a big jacket, you don't know what's underneath the jacket.
Nah. And when you have that security shirt on, no one's taking you seriously. But I'll say this: as soon as I say "get the fuck out" to the guy. And I think I said it twice, because he looked at me like, really? And I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out. My guy ran into action.
There were like 2 security guards at that show. No one was running up there. I don't know what it was. It felt like forever. But I ran up there to that guy. And I went right up to him. And I said, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're ruining the show for everybody. And he looked at me and he said, no.
He was dumbfounded, because I think he was shocked. He was like,
he was shocked.
He was shocked that I saw him, and he was shocked that I jumped on him so quickly.
He had a look.
But I saw what he did right off the top, and I was just like I said, if you want to heckle, if you want to like go back and forth, I'm down for all that. But when you come there with like that,
he had an agenda.
He had an agenda, and then my agenda trumped. No pun intended, trumped his agenda. Because you're not making me look like a fucking dick in New York, filming me with your fucking middle finger up, and you got a wedding ring on there. And all this is going through my head. The shooter runs on there.
I could have tased him. I could have maced him, but I looked at him and I thought.
Did you have that gel?
The pepper gel I did have with me, but I didn't need to use it, because I looked at him. I thought I could take this guy. I'm not a big guy, but I looked at this guy.
How big was he?
Not big. He was not big. He was overweight. He had a lot of stains on his shirt, but
3 chins.
And people were rooting for me to take. They said, "Tase him, shooter."
Yes, you hear
mace
it in
him,
the video.
shooter.
Mace him. Somebody said mace.
Someone said mace him, shooter. Mace him, shooter. And I said, I got it. I don't need the mace. I was about to drag him out.
You had the situation under control.
I had it under control. I diffused the situation.
And he wouldn't leave at first.
He wouldn't leave.
And that's when I got hyped. Play the videotape here and be ready to stop and start this, Dave. Okay, that's Tubby right there.
Tubby, get the fuck out of here.
Pause it. Now at this, I don't know why he was standing up.
Why was he standing up?
I don't know why he was standing up, but that's another thing. Like, you don't stand up. Because now I'm like, although he's, 10, 15 feet from me, you're putting me in like, are you going to charge the fucking stage?
Yeah.
Like,
and he wasn't saying anything.
To be totally honest with you, when those things happen, like, I'm talking shit, but there's also a part of me that's afraid.
I mean, yeah, you don't know what this.
You don't know what the
like,
fuck
is this guy
going
packing
on.
something?
You don't know what the fuck is going on. And he had a guy sitting with him who I could tell was big,
huge.
Again, this is not a heckler. This isn't like, I'm breaking Rapaport's balls. Play the rest of the clip, Dave.
You must have thought it was white boy day, motherfucker.
Pause Now, I asked him,
Yeah.
you must have thought it was White Boy Day. You know what that's from?
You're quoting your own movie, True Romance, Drexel.
Yeah. I asked him, you must have thought it was White Boy Day.
How was that quoting your own movie at your own show in New York City? Did you, like, you
Some
had...
people caught that because that's an iconic line that Quentin Tarantino wrote.
Right.
Articulated by Gary Oldman, where he asked Christian Slater, you must have thought it was White Boy Day. And a few people in the crowd knew exactly what it was. That's
For the people that didn't know what it was, what do you think was going on through their, like, what was going on in their mind? Like, this guy, this white guy is saying...
to figure, you must have thought it was White Boy Day. But because what it is like Gary Oldman was asking Christian Slater, Gary Oldman's character actually thinks he's black.
Right.
But also, it's not about black color. It's about... You must have thought it was dumb fuck day.
Got it.
It's not like you might, but Gary Oldman's character, Drexel, was like, you must have thought it was White Boy Day. Great line. And then, of course, his character, Clarence, winds up taking out Drexel. Sorry, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen True Romance, I don't know what to tell you. Play the rest of the clip, Dave.
Your friend gotta go too. Get the fuck out.
The fuck out.
You taco eating motherfucker. Go to Barrows and get a slice. Tell me.
You told him to go to Sabaros.
Pause it.
And if you notice, his friend is laughing. Like, his friend's kind of thinking...
They're like, oh my God, like, humiliating.
Yeah, it was humiliating.
We told him to go to Sabaros, which is the very worst place in New York City you could get pizza. If you're in New York City...
Yeah.
And you go to Sabaros, you just might as well have tourists put on your forehead.
It's like the Applebee's of pizza.
Applebee's of pizza. And if you're in New York, you could do way better anywhere else than Sabaros. I told him to go across the street and get Sabaros, and I believe I called him Tubby twice at that point.
I felt like he called him Tubby all night long.
Because he was fat, and then I believe at one point I called him Donut. Play the rest of the clip. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Get out, you fuck. And
wow.
And then they had that Times Square security come in there.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's so good. That's me saying it's so good.
Get up, you fat fuck.
That's me saying, get out, you fat fuck. And I was not going to continue the show until this motherfucker got the fuck out, whether it had gotten to another thing.
Yeah.
I was in my head, I was like, we've already gone this far, because it was about 3 or 4 minutes.
God, it felt like a lifetime.
It felt like a lifetime, and I was like also thinking, how do I bring this back to the closing night of a comedy show? Because people were like
pissed off. Like, the person that was sitting next to that guy, he looked like really angry that this was interrupting the show. But the thing is, the audience had your back, because you notice they're all singing, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye.
And then I did the remix, because it was nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye.
Dumb fuck.
Right.
And you were doing dumb fuck. It's the
almost like
remix.
Right.
You were like doing
some
like...
DJ Khaled shit.
Yeah, you were doing...
best.
Yeah, you were doing that DJ Khaled shit, and they had the Times Square security come in there.
And then we got rid of this fuck. Play the one more clip, though. That clip there.
They said no videotaping, no heckling. You left your wife at home, you dumb fuck. You spent $150 on this, you dummy.
Okay, hold on. Can I pause? Can I pause that now?
Yeah.
How on earth did you wind up wearing that hat? What is that hat? Where did that hat come from? What
Shout
is
out
that
to my
hat?
guy in the front row. Oh, I believe that hat was custom leather.
Yeah.
I said to him, because I had already asked him about his hat. Again, this is 2-3 minutes in the show. I asked him about his cap, because his cap game was ill.
Yeah.
Can I rock it?
Did you ask him, can I rock it while I'm heckling this guy?
I just said, can I borrow your hat?
What now, in your mind, what was it that made you go, I want the hat for while I'm calling this guy out?
I felt like at that point, after 3 minutes of this, I have to, this is still a comedy show.
Make light of the situation.
So I knew the hat, but I want that hat. And I don't want my own version of the hat. I want that fucking hat.
Yeah, because you looked like a gay firefighter, or like someone from
I'm on
the
some
Village
YMCA Village People shit. But the hat smelled like real leather, and I felt superpowers putting on that cap.
You were acting different with that hat too, because you were kind of like, you were jumping. You were really taking on this different persona with that hat. But it worked. It worked.
And the response to it, you've seen comments online. What have you seen? 99.9% of the people love it.
Yes.
Don't fuck with a trained professional.
Well, I don't know, man. It's different. It's different on Reddit. I have to say,
Different forums.
It's
what
a
are they
different
saying
forum.
on Reddit? Because I for some reason, they won't let me ever be on Reddit.
It's very polarizing on Reddit. There's a lot of comments that maybe you don't want to see.
What do they say?
I put the video up, to be honest with you, because I filmed the video. I got right in there. I was in the action.
You filmed that video that we just showed.
Yeah.
We own that. But
yes,
we got scores and scores.
Oh, we have a lot of other people.
It's like the fucking Zapruder tape. We got angles. We got wide shots. We got close-ups.
Yeah.
We got left. We got coverage from the right. We got all over the place. Like, rock with me here, real Dave. Like, we're in a 2-shot here. Boom, we got down the barrel here. Boom, we got down the barrel with the shooter. We got the whole incident all over the place.
Surrounded.
But what is it? What is it? It's like a Steven Spielberg film.
Yes. No, I mean, I'm not going to like get the... I'm not going to get the link out and read all the comments, but I'll send it to you.
General.
It's just like... People were saying that you were fat shaming him.
Fat shaming him?
That you didn't destroy him.
Whoa. Fat shaming him? He was a fat fuck.
I know, but they were saying that like this isn't...
You can't fat shame people who come to your show?
You were just saying fat fuck, tubby. You weren't saying
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was trying to be mean, blatantly mean.
Blatantly
disrespectful.
They said, damn. One of the comments was, damn, he's vicious.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
You were trying to be vicious.
I wasn't trying to be nice. I was trying to shame him. And I said to him up there, I said, your wife's going to see this. And I hope you got kids and they're going to see this too.
Damn.
Because you're a grown man. This guy was at least my age.
Yeah.
You thought this is what you spent $100. It's a lot. It takes.
I think he spent $150 to go there and get that video. I don't think that he was there to watch the show.
You got your money's worth.
But his friend looked humiliated.
And at one point, his friend, while they were leaving, was like, come on, Mike.
Yeah, Michael,
he's had
stop.
enough.
That's enough. Like
we were cool.
Right. I think that's in the video. I think we can continue playing.
No. But also people were like, thought it was like set up.
A lot of people on Reddit and a lot of people in your comments were like, this is the most staged video I've ever seen. Because apparently that's what a lot of comedians who don't really have material, they'll plant a heckler, quote unquote heckler, in their audience and have a whole thing happen just to make it exciting.
Would never ever do. I would only do that with something like with you. But I'm not with that. I'm not with scaring crowds. I'm not with scaring. Because like I said, there's a part of me when that was going on, you're a little fearful.
Yeah.
I knew I was good, but you're also like, where can this go?
Yeah, you got to be on your toes. You don't know who these people are. A lot of people on Reddit were like, damn, that guy, you chewed him up so bad. You're lucky he didn't come back, shooting up the whole place.
That ain't funny.
I'm not saying it was funny. That's what Reddit...
Don't come to a club. You're 40-something at least. You got to be at least 45. You're 20 to 30, maybe 40 pounds overweight with stains on your thing, and give me the middle finger and film it.
Yes.
And think that it's going to be like, ha. And I'm not inviting people to come to my shows to heckle me. I'm not inviting people to come to my shows to film me. I'm not inviting people to come to my shows for an incident. They're comedy shows. They're lighthearted. I'm not a tough guy. I don't think I'm a tough guy. If you think the way I talk makes me think I'm a tough guy, it's just the New York accent. It's a comedy show.
Yes.
I'm not with any of the goofy shit. I'm not with any of the old...
He thought it was his show.
He thought it was White Boy Day. That's what he thought. It was White Boy Day. And Drexel, he should have watched True Romance. And he probably did, because these people are fans. You're a fan. You're a fan. And really what it came down to, you probably voted for Trump.
You think that's what it was?
99.9% of the people that pop shit to me on social media, they're mad because Pig Dick Donald Trump lost, which brings us to Steve Bannon.
Oh, God.
Steve Bannon, the chant a couple of weeks ago was, let's go, Brandon. This was the brilliant idea from people thinking, oh, we're going to say, let's go, Brandon, but we all know it means, fuck you, Biden.
Yes.
Now it's, let's go, Bannon. Steve Bannon, who, pull a clip up of a photograph of this guy.
Oh, my God. You see,
let that marinate. Look at this fucking guy who looks like he's literally eating himself from within.
He looks like he's decomposing right in front of everybody. This is, if COVID-19 had a face, it would be Steve Bannon. If
the shit smear on the bottom of my Jordans had a face, it would be Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, you ever like step in a pile of dog shit and then you look at it and you're like, damn, that's what you look like, Steve Bannon. You look like a shit smear on the bottom of a fresh pair of Jordans.
And why can I smell him through that photo? Like I can actually smell him through that picture.
Two shot. Steve Bannon, why don't you go to Keels and get a whole a whole facial cleansing set. Go to Kiehl's. It's not expensive. It's good men's and women's
shower gel, because you have mold on the side of your face. There's like actual crust that I've seen.
You got black mold on your shit. Go there and get yourself some ultra facial wash. Get yourself a moisturizer. Tell them, say, yo, you want one of everything. Because you look like shit, Steve Bannon, and you gave yourself in today. You think you're some sort of hero? You think you're smarter than everybody? Pull the next clip of the next picture of Steve Bannon.
Oh my God. Where are those lips? Where do
Why
they go?
the two shirts?
I love that he's dressing up like he's putting on a nice shirt. Like, you can't hide the fact that he looks like that. I mean, that is...
There's nothing you can do, Steve Bannon. Two shot? There's nothing. There's not a thing you could do, Steve Bannon. I don't care if you put a tuxedo on, a fucking suit. I don't care if you go to James Purse, the Row, you get yourself some cashmere. There's nothing you can do to cover up what you look like. You look like you smell like shit.
That's like the before photo of the before and after. He's the before photo.
And they got you. Now, I don't know if they're going to get you in jail. Probably not. This is not a criminal investigation. But you're not as smart as you think.
And he looks like why the FBI created watch lists. That's what he looks like to me.
Boom.
Like, don't put your drink down next to that guy.
No, don't put your drink now next to him. And if you come across Steve Bannon where you're in 12 to 20 feet, shower.
Shower, because someone hit rock bottom face first.
And you don't want what Steve Bannon got. Another piece of shit who was aligned with all these scumbags, think they were so smart, outsmarting everybody, is, what's his name? Jeffrey Epstein's pimp.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, I thought it was
Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in jail in New York City. I believe she's in Brooklyn or the Manhattan Detention Center, where pimping Jeffrey Epstein, that child molester Jeffrey Epstein, killed himself. I don't believe he killed himself. I believe someone killed him. And who cares?
But he never stood trial, right?
He never stood trial. He got. This is what happened when you're a child molesting pimp, and I'm sure there were a lot of names in there. He's gone. But I would have liked to see him in jail, because what happens to child molesters who are rich in jail?
Oh.
They get fucked to death, and they had to extort them, then fuck them to death.
Literally, they
fuck you to death, Jeffrey Epstein. If you were in prison, they fuck you to death. Because
what does that say on your death certificate? Pronounced dead, cause fucked to death. Like, is that what it says? Like, how do you actually get fucked to death?
That's a good question, Dean. That's a valid question.
I just haven't seen it. I've never seen that on an autopsy report. Fucked to death. Not homicide.
No.
You got stuffed to death.
You got pounded to death.
Pounded, man. She's been isolated for a while, right? She hasn't been. Yeah, she's not with General Pop.
Ghislaine. Yeah, that was Ghislaine before.
Look, she looks so innocent there. I'm smiling. She looks
I'm
like
smiling. I'm at a gala.
Movie producer or something.
Right, yeah, like everything's all good. My hair is shiny. She got great facial creams. You know, she had the best of the best serums, lotions, facial washes and all that stuff. Now you're in prison. Next
what does
picture
she look
of her?
like now?
Now look at her.
Oh, my God.
Now I don't know if that's a black eye or a busted blood vessel.
It's probably a combination of both.
Look like shit. Now, I feel like in that picture she got her eyebrows plucked. Because her eyebrows they look manicured there.
Do they?
I'm guessing that's not a black eye from being punched. It's probably a black. I don't know.
They aged her, though. I mean, she's aged like 30 plus years, which is great.
Two-shot, the problem with Ghislaine and her is she's a child molester. She's a pimp. Pimping underage girls, taking advantage of them, taking advantage of girls from bad situations. I don't know what they do with females who do this. She's essentially a child molester. Pimping Ghislaine, a pimp to underage kids. I wanted to get on that Orange is the New Black.
She needs to be in GP on that Orange is the New Black with crazy eyes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Jinx.
Yep. And she, that's the thing. I think that she had a lot of these underage girls doing her makeup for her. And that's why she looked so good in that picture. And now she doesn't have those girls anymore.
And now where you're going, they're going to do your makeup, but not in the way you want.
Not hit. No.
Nah, we want you to get that. We want you to get. I don't know what they do in female jail. I'm not.
Do they pound them? Is that possible to get pounded to death?
But I think they're going to do something to her in there.
They're going to do something
because she's a child molester.
But she's going to stand trial. They're going to make sure that she's
not killing yourself.
No. You're not getting
Johnny Spaghetti.
Nope.
Jimmy Baloney. They're not going to off you. You're going to stand trial, and you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. And I hope it's a long life because what you guys did was not good. No bueno. That's Spanish.
Not good is the understatement of the century.
No bueno.
No bueno.
That's not good, right?
In Spanish, that's no bueno. Yeah, she's gonna get fucked.
Finally, because this has been another rocking and rolling. I am Rapaport Stereo podcast.
We are rocking and rolling.
Next month in December, because it's almost here. The end of the year is almost
2022. Jeez, that's crazy.
2021 is next month. Another Jake Paul fight.
Okay.
He's fighting Tommy Fury, who's a young professional boxer. He's also the half-brother of Tyson Fury.
Who did Tyson Fury just box?
He just beat the shit out of my guy, Deontay Wilder.
Right. Oh, that was a great fight, too.
I got a message for Logan Paul. Because you guys like to talk a lot of shit.
Did you go down your barrel for that one?
Oh, yeah. I got a message for you, Logan Paul. You and your brother Jake, you call out everybody. You guys say you're real fighters. You call out anybody who talks shit. You and Jake are popping shit online, all that social media. Logan Paul, why don't you call out Tyson Fury? He's older than you. We know you like to fight guys older than you. He's not much older than you. You'd rather fight Mike Tyson, who's 50-something. Why don't you fight Tyson Fury? Why don't you go at Tyson Fury? Why don't you? He's old. He's fat. He doesn't have any six-pack. He doesn't have any muscles. You guys like to talk a little shit. Why don't you call him out? Stop the games on Instagram. Why don't you challenge Tyson Fury to a fight? I dare you, motherfucker. 2-shot, boom. How much would you pay pay-per-view for Tyson Fury, who you know?
I would love to see that fight.
Call him out, Larry Paul.
Larry Paul. I like that. Larry Paul.
We ain't getting your name right. Talk that shit to Tyson Fury. He's old.
He'd destroy him.
He doesn't have a six-pack.
It doesn't. But you're talking he's fat. He doesn't have a. I mean, I saw the last fight. The dude is a fucking beast.
He'd
kill you.
Call him out, Larry Paul.
He would kill you, Larry.
Larry, please. Jake, You
don't think Larry has a shot with Tyson?
Larry Paul with Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion.
He was in there with Floyd.
Undefeated.
He was in there with Floyd.
Floyd's 5'7".
You're right.
Fight a guy who's bigger than you and he's still old. You like guys that are at least 10 years older than you. Fight Tyson Fury. Talk shit to Tyson. Talk shit to him in his face. Talk shit to Tyson Fury's other brother, who's like always there. He's ready to scrap too. They're like these guys. Snatch.
They're on that snatch.
They're on that Brad Pitt, that snatch shit. Talk shit to the other brother who's way out of shape at one of these press conferences. I dare you. But I would love to see. I'm a matchmaker.
Yeah.
I'm like the fucking Jewish Don King. I'm a fight promoter. I want to see you fight Tyson Fury.
And Tyson Fury's like, he's got that like stance like from the 40s where I feel like when he's ready to fight, it's like, those like the real men.
And we'll make an agreement. Tyson Fury will agree not to train to fight you at all.
Yeah.
How about he's not allowed in a boxing gym 60 days before the fight?
You
want that, Logan? You're a fighter, right? You and Logan, I retired Floyd Mayweather, right? You're talking all that dumb shit. Jake Paul, Larry Paul, fight Tyson Fury. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to try to make that happen. You'll make all the money you want and you'll get your fucking head knocked off.
We'll never see that fight.
You don't want that smoke.
It just won't happen.
Mike Tyson will fuck you up too if you fight him. Mike Tyson.
That I would love to see.
I already articulate that.
I think Mike should bring the ear biting back for that fight.
Well, Mike got his ear bit. He didn't bite the guy's ear.
No, Mike bit the guy's ear.
Right. Sorry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're right.
Mike didn't get his ear bit. You were thinking of yourself. You got your ear bit. And I would like to suggest that we have the guy who bit your ear on the podcast.
If I could get in touch with him.
You can get in touch with him, and I wonder if he still has a piece of your ear. And yeah, can you imagine how that would go?
How could I get in touch with the guy who bit my ear?
Someone in your DM said that they know the person who bit your ear.
I didn't see that.
I got to send it to you. They said, I know the guy who bit your ear.
If the guy who bit my ear is normal, okay, and been a productive citizen,
I mean,
I'd be open to having him on the podcast. Because I would like to go over that, like the Zapruder tape, like what he remembers about it. I would like him to acknowledge that he was losing the fight, because I heard you say to somebody that same day, and I quote, "Yo, that white boy was fucking me up until I got a hold of his ear."
That's a bitch move. But can you imagine if he was here and you guys were having a discussion?
If you want
you're
to
interviewing him,
I'll get you coffee. If you're not fucking cuckoo selling Louis Vuitton shit on Canal, I'm not fucking with you if you're like, no disrespect to anybody who's out there doing that, but just not having them on the pod, especially because you bit my ear. Hold a lot of ill will and resentment. I've had to, get down the pike there, Dave.
Get down that one.
Dave, you see that?
Look at that elf ear. That's what an elf.
It's a fucking elf ear.
But that's what an elf's ear looks like.
Shot. You don't have to say it's a fucking elf ear. But I'm saying, you don't have to say it's an elf ear. I've already lived with the fact that it's an elf ear. I've had to cover it up and all that stuff. Down the pike, you don't have to add insult to injury and blow
literally
it up.
Injury. And if you had a discussion with him, you'd be interviewing him. You'd be like, "Huh? I can't hear you. I'm."
Did I ever tell you that when I met Evander Holyfield, I said, "Yo, we have something in common." He was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "We both I got my ear bit off in a street fight. You got your ear bit off by Mike Tyson. We should do like a Verizon commercial." Like who's this? And he goes, "It's Evander." I go, "Evander, come on, I gotta go. You're talking my ear off."
That's good. Was he just like, "Hey man, what do you want me to sign? Just leave me alone"?
He didn't.
He's like, "You want me to sign your shirt?"
He wanted nothing. He didn't want
anything
the proposal.
to do with you.
We could have made a lot of money with it. Evander,
you're talking my ear off.
And I'm like, "No, Evander, you're talking my ear off."
That's good. Maybe you reintroduce that to him. It's not a bad commercial.
Anyway, it's another stellar I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. I'll be in Phoenix this weekend. Then I'll be in Albany next weekend. And then the weekend after that, I'll be in Rochester. All the hot spots.
Albany's definitely one of the hottest spots in America.
And Rochester, New York. I got to go weekend after weekend upstate New York. I've never been 2 weekends in my entire life in upstate New York, and I'm from New York.
What is that like? Like for California, is that like me going up to San Francisco?
No.
Why you say no?
No. San Francisco's an incredible. I love Albany.
It's like me going to Fresno.
I don't even think Fresno is Albany, and we're talking about in December. Rochester's brick ass cold.
Wow.
Albany's going to be brick ass cold. We performed in Albany.
Yes, in that mall, right?
Yes. Great crowds.
It was a great crowd.
And then I'm in Rhode Island, and then we're done for 2021.
And you need a new tour name for 2022.
Need a new tour name for 2022.
You're taking suggestions on that.
Taking suggestions. You're leaving New York.
Yes.
Phoenix this weekend. What can I say? We came, we saw, we disrupted. Take us out of here, Miles Jordan. Take us out of here with something real nice. Yes. Take us out of here with something real proper. And let's end this I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast as we always do with something really loud and something really funky. It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. I'm out.
We're out. Goodbye.
Let me just do these pickups real quick, Dave. Yes, brand new banging I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast is here live from Nueva York. That's New York City. I got the young shooter with me on today's I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, fully disruptive. We break down a heckler who tried to pop shit, tried to get crunk at one of my shows in New York City. Plus, the Jewish Don King. I have the fight of the century. Logan Paul. I want you to fight Tyson Fury. All that and more on a brand new banging I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Once again with the young shooter. Miles Jordan, a.k.a. the Bleach Brothers, a.k.a. the Dust Brothers. Start this puppy off with something real nice, yes. Start this puppy off with something real proper. Okay, but most importantly, start this puppy off with something real loud and real funky. This, 3 sniffs. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Let's fucking go. Keep rolling. The Thanks to BetterHelp for supporting the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. For 10% off your first month, go to BetterHelp. Thanks to BetterHelp for supporting the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. For 10% off your first month, go to BetterHelp.com/Dingo. BetterHelp.com/Dingo. Start living a better life today. Keep going. What interferes with your happiness and prevents you from achieving your goals? BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist in a safe and confidential online environment so it's convenient and helpful for you. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. BetterHelp is more affordable than traditional online counseling, and financial aid is available. This is a great program. You could get a timely and thoughtful response, plus schedule weekly video or phone sessions and send a message to your counselor whenever you need. These are licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, and family conflicts, and so much more. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that so many people are using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Start living a happier life today with no shame. Start living a happier life today with no shame. Get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/Dingo. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge and made changes in their life and their mental health. That's BetterHelp.com/Dingo for 10% off your first month. Thanks. Thank you, BetterHelp. One more. Because you are listening to the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, there's a good chance you love sports as much as me, if not more. Gambling on sports is nothing new, but doing it from your couch is, with more and more states and sites making it legal. There's so much money to be made. That's why me, Michael Rapaport, the Dust Brothers, and my guy Ben Baller have created Captain Picks, a.k.a. a community of winners. We have a team of captains that are making winning picks in NBA, NFL, NHL, college football, and basketball, plus live game betting and more. You can either have picks emailed to you daily, weekly, monthly, or seasonally. Join our Discord for up to the minute plays and strategy. You don't have to be at this alone. Sign up at CaptainPicks.com today. That's CaptainPicks.com today, and start winning tonight, today, ASAP.